I'm kind of pissed and I'm out of sorts because today this live stream wasn't intended to be a live stream. This was intended to be a cigar walk because I really felt the need to be able to get outside and walk around. So I gathered up my gear and I started to walk outside, and a lightning bolt hit and sent me back inside, and it started raining. But I really needed to get on air and get something off of my chest because I'm kind of pissed off right now as a newbie. I was going to go through the entire day just kind of suffering to myself, as I'm sure others are right now, because oftentimes, as I've shared before, it's urgent to do nothing. Now, I feel like this live stream needs to come with all kinds of qualifiers, but you're big boys and girls, and I think you can handle it, and I think you know that I come from a good place. I think I have earned the right to be declared as somebody who is rooting for the newbies. And we are all in this together, this crypto ecosystem together, and we're trying to learn our way, and we're trying to make wise investment decisions, including into newsletters, services, people we follow, people we admire. Now, I'm telling you, I would not have even thought of chatting today were it not for something that I just read that just absolutely triggered me. And I may be right or I may be wrong, but I want to set the record straight from the perspective of a newbie. Okay. And I'm not even going to get into this yet, but I'm going to offer I might as well offer all kinds of qualifiers, which is, look, I think rare few people have, shown more commitment to the privacy community than I have, as just somebody who, is relatively new and trying to lean in and trying to be able to determine what a shit coin is from a real coin. And I particularly lean privacy and all things privacy. There's not a lot of people who've been a bigger fan of the crypto vigilante and the dollar vigilante than me. And PS exclamation point. If I was doing a cigar walk, I would spit right now because that's what I do when I want to make an exclamation point. I still am. Those guys are rock stars. But we need to have a chat. We need to have a chat from one newbie to a lot of others, and a lot of others who may have the same perspective as the dude who I'm going to read his little message from a Telegram chat. Okay, everybody watching this likely knows what happened, and no, I'm not going to give up what the coin pick is, at least not intentionally. If I say it out loud because I'm reading, I'm not going to. I'm going to be disciplined and really try to, because I invest my hard-earned dollars into my subscription, and I know you did too. So I'm not giving it away, but I am going to talk about the process. I'll just go ahead and read what triggered me. Okay. The fact that so many people FOMO'd into blank without reading the report shows you the mentality of so many in the crypto space. It's kind of sad. This is more than quick gains and an instant retirement money. This is about participating in a new monetary system that is slowly changing the world and our history. Please think about the bigger picture the next time you decide to throw money into a coin without recognizing its utility. Go buy a lottery ticket or gamble in the casino if instant money is what you're looking for. Apologies if that sounds a bit harsh, but someone needed to say it. And that was followed up by Pirate Chain did 4x on day one. Blink Coin did 5x on day one. It's your fault if you didn't get in at the right time. Okay. All right. What the fuck have I been doing the last few weeks in interviewing all kinds of privacy coin leaders? You know, that one guy that talks about this isn't a get rich quick scheme. And what have we just experienced here? And I'll tell you, I wouldn't have come on if I wouldn't have read that, because I'm a big boy. But I'll tell you what my experience was, okay? I trust the crypto vigilante and that subscription with all my heart. With all my heart. I qualify that I am a big boy making big boy decisions, and I don't invest what I can't afford to lose. But I want to beat back the narrative that I'm seeing in this Telegram chat, and it pisses me off. And that Telegram chat is likely from people who invested in this coin previously. And man, I'm not going to give this away. I'm just saying that basically what that dude said is a guy like me who's really invested more than a half a year trying to figure this out and trying to do it responsibly, that a guy like me is just going in and blindly investing my money, FOMOing in. Well, let me tell you the process that happened, okay? Let me tell you. I anticipated that the pick would be on Trade Ogre. You know, it just kind of makes sense. So I'm just going to use this as a hypothetical number. Okay. You use your math. I'm just saying this is the math I'm using to be able to share what happened this morning. So I decided I would be responsible because I trust whatever the hell they're going to tell me. I'm all in because I know they've already done the research. They've shown that time in and time in and time in. So fuck you for telling me, oh, you should at least read the report. Meanwhile, there's all this chum in the water for the last 3 weeks on the pick is coming, the pick is coming, the pick is coming. So all of us newbies and all of us subscribers are so damned excited because we saw what happened with and so us being responsible and just getting ready and getting our, I'm going to say 2 Bitcoin for the purposes of explaining this, getting 2 Bitcoin on Trade Ogre, knowing that maybe it would be a coin elsewhere and that would have been a miss. I'm a big boy, no worries. And then what are we doing? We're not waiting for the report. Let's just fucking be real here, okay? We're not waiting for the report to read it. We're waiting for the report to be able to go exchange our BTC for it because we trust the newsletter so much. So fuck you, whoever wrote that earlier. You're just being a condescending prick. It is absolutely false and wrong. You know, it's declaring that we're just idiots FOMOing in. No, and I'm telling you, it wasn't a FOMO either. And I'm sorry, I'm passionate about this. I would have shut the fuck up and not said a word because I know it's urgent to do nothing. But I'm, like I said, I'm seeing that over and over. This condescending, looking down on people who invested in this coin and experienced an atomic swap of sorts. And what do I mean by that? Is as soon as that newsletter came out, as soon as I saw the headline and I knew it was from TCV, boom, I went into Trade Ogre and you call it FOMO, I call it just hitting buy. And I bought and thought, you know what? Their track record is so fantastic. I'm just going to bet 2 Bitcoin on it. So I hit buy with 2 Bitcoin. And what happened was, yeah, there was a FOMO, I realized there would be a freaking a pump, but I didn't anticipate by the time my trade ogre account reconciled, I would have the equivalent of 1 Bitcoin of coin X. So that's what people are responding to. That shock. So it isn't, you just got in at the wrong time. Fuck you. I got in exactly as early as anyone could who wasn't an insider. Okay? As early as anyone could who was not an insider. And I'm not suggesting that there were that there were insiders at all. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just beating back this narrative that we are, irresponsibly investing our money in a cryptocurrency without doing our own research. Fuck that. I trust these guys. I'll happily read the report after. Now, that is what you're dealing with, is the emotional carnage of those people like me who witness that atomic swap of sorts, $20 going to $10 like that. So that's what we're dealing with. You can sit back on your high horse and just be a dick, or you can appreciate that we are emotional beings, that this is real to us, right? And now, let me put on the brakes on that. I was responding to that narrative that's out there, and I hope it stops. With that said, my effective rate of getting in on this coin was $22. $22. What's it at right now? $10, $9? I don't know. And guess what? Hear me on this. Anybody that thinks I'm bitching about the coin pick, I'm not. I don't give a shit. I'm a hodler. I've told you that from the beginning. I believe that this coin is going to be $100. Shit, it could be more than that. It is just going to be dust, this delta of $10, of the 2 Bitcoins going to 1 Bitcoin. It's going to be a distant memory. What I'm live streaming about now is the fact that there seems to be those who are so fucking insensitive to the fact that newbies like me, newbies like you probably watching this, blindly went in without reading the report, figuring I'll read the report later so that I can just kind of take a deep breath and really enjoy what I just invested in. Right? What we didn't expect was the dump. And I have been convicted on this show of trying to identify coins that wouldn't be a pump and dump. I do not believe this is a pump and dump. A mile from it. No freaking way this is a pump and dump. What I can't reconcile in my mind is how right when the newsletter goes out that it just pumps and then boom, immediately just went down, because there can't be many other people that got in earlier than I did, because I was hitting refresh. And I'm like, holy shit, there it is. Boom. Trade ogre. It's on Trade Ogre. Yay. Boom. So after that, I was like, damn, okay, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. Came up to like $13, came back down. Right now, what did I do? What did I do after that? I'm like, my job is done. My job is done here. It is what it is. And let me go eat lunch. And so I went and I ate lunch. I went and picked up my dog that was being groomed, and I came back home, and I just had this knot in my stomach because it just doesn't feel good, right? When you anticipated the alternative, I kind of anticipated that the pick that came out at like in the newsletter, it says like $5, when all of a sudden I'm in at $22 and I think the high hit $25. When I pulled the trigger like that, I'm considered by this guy a douchebag who just, it's my fault for FOMOing in. Ha, 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 na, poo, poo. You know, that triggered me, if you can't tell. My wife always says, Todd is really, really nice until he's not. And I'm not a fool. And I'm not a fool. And I've done my homework. And I trust TCV with all my heart. I trust him with a lot of my investment. Man, my portfolio is primarily what TCV's recommendations are. So what I don't want to see is the backtracking. I would rather be educated on what just happened. How did that happen? So that we know it in the future, because in the future, when there's a coin pick, I mean, basically the last one I think trained us that we got to get in. We got to get in. Chum in the water. You only have, tonight's your last night. You better get in to be able to get the pick. What message is that sending? That is sending the message that you better get in, and you better get in right away. You better subscribe now so that you can take advantage of this and buy, so that you're on the ground floor of something special. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it is, guys. And so we behaved accordingly. So I'm just hoping that maybe, and the other thing is, yesterday I dropped in the chat when I saw that BTC was falling. I was like, wouldn't hurt my feelings if they kicked the pick down the road a little bit when you have BTC that looks like it's spiraling. Can't get as much of X as you can. I don't know what it's going to look like tomorrow, and it continued to go down. But I understand the arguments why you can't do that. And I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. This is cryptocurrency. But I just want to set the narrative straight that we are not irresponsible idiots out here who took the advice to subscribe and get in early and do our damnedest. So I guess my message is, anyone out there tempted to say that kind of shit out loud, is just stop, engage your brain, and do not blame the newbies for not reading the report first in an admonishing tone. Because what probably would have happened, right? If this experience hadn't happened, this is probably what it would have been my luck. Right? This week, believe me, it would have been my luck. I'll tell you another story one day on how I fucked something up in crypto, and I'm not even ready to talk about it. It's so stupid. So stupid. I mean, I'm literally not even able to talk about it out loud. And I share everything with you, and one day I will, but I did something that was so stupid that it would make your head spin. So that so, I'm open to being honest with you, and including showing my journey, including all of my losses. I can't even remember what the hell I was talking about before I went on that rant. What was it? I don't know. I just, okay. My rant is over. Let me revisit my qualifications. Okay. Not qualifications. My, qualifiers is that I am all in on privacy. I am all in on TCV, TDV. I am their biggest fans. I love Jeff. I love Raphael. I love that entire team. And guys, none of this is directed at you. I am responding to what I have seen in the chats. And it's like, it's just not healthy. That's my point, is it's not healthy. And there's just a lot of us out here feeling pain, a pain of loss, because that's what it feels like. It's what it feels like. We're kind of mourning here. We're mourning that the investment that we, bet on. Yeah, it's a bet, but it's a qualified bet because it comes with a lot of smart people behind it. Now, where I think we need to pivot here is to focus on the fundamentals of this coin pick. And I am totally open now that it's out there. If I get the permission that I can talk about it because I'm a subscriber, I'm not giving the pick away. But if somebody signals me it's okay to talk about it, I'd love to have people on to talk about how freaking awesome this pick is. I'm a fan, man. I'm in it long term. I will hodl this thing because I believe you, Raphael and Mr. X and Jeff, when you guys say that this pick is gonna be over $100, just like I believe you on R. When you say R is going to be $20, $50, $100, $500, maybe $5,000. I haven't sold one of them. So I am committed, but just let me do you guys a favor because I've been around the block a time or two and I'm just responding to, I have a high EQ, emotional quotient. I know how emotions play into everyday life. And what you're dealing with is a lot of emotional carnage right now. It's just how we feel. Now you can choose to blame it on the fact that we should have read the paper first and made our own decisions, or say, hey, this is only 2% of our portfolio. You should have only invested 2% in it. That wasn't the message, man. It's never the message. The message is there's something special around the corner. Now, when you're people like us who are new, who have heard all of the stories about back in the day when we got in at X and now it's Y, that's all you're dealing with, guys. You're just dealing with people that really felt for the first time ever that they were going to be on the ground floor of something. And apparently it's not the case. Because there's nobody out there, I believe, that could have bought their coins faster than I did, experientially. I just don't know how. I mean, I'm talking about, I had Trade Ogre up. The second the newsletter hit my inbox, it's like, boom, I saw the header and I put that in there and bye. So again, I probably am going to piss a lot of people off, and I hope not. I hope instead you can appreciate what I'm saying, which is let's pivot the narrative, because it's never smart to shoot your subscribers. And I know you guys aren't, but there are people in that chat, I read them to you, that are sending the message that we're all pieces of shit because we took your advice and we bought and we decided to bet big because your track record is so fantastic. That's all, guys. Okay. I am done. I am done. I'm done with this. Maybe there's a cigar walk in my future yet this evening. What a day. What a day. I'm going to end simply by saying this. I believe this coin. I believe we will look back at the reason why I'm not bitching about the pick, or the reason why I'm not bitching about anything except that narrative that I read to you. Again, I was prepared to go to my pillow tonight and not say a word. I haven't felt good all day because I just couldn't reconcile in my mind how on earth could that have happened? And I still don't get it. Maybe someday somebody will educate me on that, because I want to learn from my mistakes, But I guess there's, I don't know. I don't know how I would have done it any differently, honestly, except just say, fuck it, wait till the report. Now, some smart ass is going to say, well, here's what you should do differently. You should have read the report. and then made your own educated decision. And okay, I'll give you that one. That's a W in your column. I know that now. But man, with the chum in the water over the last few weeks, you're not stupid. You're not stupid. You know, we're emotional beings, and you know, we want to be part of something special. So to me, I'm mature enough, I'm old enough, I'm wise enough to know that narrative doesn't hunt. And maybe it should. Maybe in the future, there should be the absolute qualifier saying, guys, everyone, shame on you. This is the night before. Shame on you if you don't get the newsletter and fully read it, understand it, comprehend it before you place any kind of a buy order. It would be the most insane thing for you to do, to just do what Uncle Vigilante did way back when and just, throw everything at it as quickly as he could without just taking our advice based upon the header of an email of what the coin pick was. That'd be really stupid. I would admire that kind of warning next time. And I hope you provide it because it would be a great reminder. And again, we are emotional, and we're all looking for wins right now because the crypto market has sucked. So we've all suffered a lot. And, and PS, by the way, there's a lot of good folks who also bought R on the way down. Now, I think when the pick first came out, it came out a hell of a lot lower than where it is now. And again, I believe that's going to happen to this coin. So anyone watching this, once you figure out what this coin pick is, I recommend you buy as much of it as you can afford. Because if TCV has recommended it, it is rock solid. Rock freaking solid. So, I wish I had more dry powder to quote unquote buy the dip, but I don't personally, but I hope you do. Or maybe some of you who, I did read one guy saying he was so pissed off. He was at LA Fitness or something and their Wi-Fi sucked. So he wasn't able to buy anything until he got home. And then he's like, oh, wow, I think I'll go buy some R. and look, it's just been one of those days, and you'll understand one day when I share with you the rest of the story of what started my day off. Okay. Guys, thanks for being there. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for allowing me to vent. And if I'm guilty of anything, those of you who are watching this who may be pissed at my message, I'm guilty of protecting us newbies and trying to give you the psychological side of our story. And it's the case. Everything I'm saying is true. You know that, or if you don't know, let's let this be a life lesson learning opportunity is, when there's chum in the water, we're going for the bait. Know what I'm saying? When there's chum in the water, we're going for the bait. We're not going to think twice whether there's a hook on it. So I think that's a fair narrative. Call me Uncle Piranha today. going after the bait. But I love you guys. I would say I'm going to go have a beer and just, chill out, but I can't do that because my biggest fear isn't the hook in the water. It's my next first drink. So I'm not going to do that, but sure feel like it tonight. All right, guys, I love you. And I hope there are those out there, I'm talking to, don't take this message wrong. I hope you know that I'm the biggest fan you have and that I am here for the long term. I just needed to beat back this narrative because it felt really yucky. It felt really yucky because I'm that guy you're talking to. And I just wanted to set the record straight. Okay, with that, guys, I'm out. Cheers.